Yeah, man. You should watch it, man.
Is
Then
it
when you
worth
watch,
is it worth going to the theater to watch?
for me, yeah, because then you could. I enjoy the experience of just like seeing all of like the action scenes on like the big screen,
Mhm.
and then after that, the fight scenes are like super awesome in it, and like it's just kind of cool to like just see because I'm so used to like watching anime in like a small screen, but like in the theater and like a big screen, it's like a different experience. So I think with this one, I would definitely go to the movie theater to go watch it. I think it'd be worth it.
What is going on, everybody? This is John with my boy Lee, and this is episode 31. Can you believe that?
31.
31
We got
episodes.
here, man.
31st episode of the Would Have Talked About It Anyway podcast. Lee, how you doing, my boy?
I'm doing good, man. Other than my Lakers sucking, I'm rocking the Laker hat. It's
Hey,
been a
hey,
rough
hey, it's a nice hat.
it's been a
Dodger,
rough
Do-
year. It's been
Dodgers,
a rough year.
baseball's finally out of the lockout. The Dodgers have
Ugh.
arguably made their team even better than they were last year. But,
Damn.
not every LA team can be as good as the Dodgers.
I mean, it used to be not every LA team would be good as the Lakers, but we won a championship, man. But
Yeah, you
like
want a
it's
bubble
been
championship.
hey, there's no asterisk on championships,
They
man.
need to put
Championships
they
are
need to put a big
championships.
old asterisk on that one.
It's just because you're a Clipper fan, that's why you're
No,
hating on a
it's because I'm an
Laker.
NBA fan.
It's because you're hating on a
If
Clipper
if we don't
on
have
a Laker
if
win.
we don't have that long break, the Lakers don't win the title.
This is besides the point. It's besides
I
the
mean,
point. Russell Westbrook hit a game tying three.
I think it was game tying,
Game
might have been game
tying
winning
three.
three. Cooking
You
with
know
the sauce.
that who invented the 3-point celebration, John? Like who was the first one? I think Swaggy P, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Like,
No,
was
no.
it just like a who invented the 3-point like was it just the Warriors? I remember Iggy on the sideline, he'd be like, ah, like he puts his arms up and it's kind of like he's like a catapulting that shit.
So, as a Clippers fan, I would argue that it was like the late '90s Clippers with Quentin Richardson and like Darius Miles because
Oh, shouts out the Knucklehead podcast though. Do you listen to their
I
podcast,
do listen to their
QD?
podcast.
I
Yeah,
love their podcast.
such a good podcast.
So you're saying they invented the 3-point celebration? Like
So when they used to shoot and make threes, they used to do the thing where they like tap their heads with like the
Oh,
three as like a show
okay.
of like that they hit a 3-pointer. And I'm sure there are other iterations that have happened before, but like as a basketball fan, that's the
Mm,
first time I remember seeing it.
we should go. Okay, on a side note, mental note, we should go on a deep dive of who invented the 3-point celebration.
Oh, dude, that would be a really fire TikTok.
Okay. On a side note though, I think Mello is my favorite when he hits he shoots it he hit when he makes a three, then he kind of like has a three and then he like bangs his head and he
Yeah,
like that shit gets me hype. I guess the Warriors bench in general every time Curry makes a three. Yeah. Or just maybe just the subtle Curry like shouts out God. Does he do that every 3-pointer or just like a
I
free
have no
throw?
idea.
I think I don't know, because he does that shit when he like taps
Yeah, yeah, he does
his little
the.
thing. Yeah,
See, when
those were the
Westbrook was
two.
good, he used to do the thing where he like swept a 3-point, like he swung his arm down and like had the 3-pointer and then would go like that.
Mm, ugh, ugh. Shouts out. I got my Laker hat and still repping a solid ninth spot right now.
Hey, I don't think they'll drop. I
It's
don't.
every time I look at it, I have not been keeping up, but every time I look at the standings, the Lakers have been steady holding that ninth spot,
It's all right.
which is sad.
My Clippers aren't doing much better. They're like securely in sixth. Like there's no way that they like at this point in the season because we only have like what 11 games left of the year in the regular season, like
Yeah, man,
11,
summer's
12
around
depending
the
on.
corner, bro.
Yeah, man. But like because there's like so few games, like the Clippers technically only have 8 games left in the season.
Hmm.
But like because there's like so little amount of games, like your seeding is like a lot of seeds are like essentially set.
Yeah, like this is what playoffs are probably gonna look like.
Yeah, so like the Lakers will probably play the Pelicans in the
Mm,
9-10 game. The Wolves will probably play the Clippers in the 8-7 in the
hmm.
7-8 game.
Yep.
And then whoever loses the 7-8 game will play the winner of the 9-10 game.
Hey man, shouts out to you for predicting when we did our NBA predictions way back when that the Timberwolves were going to be good.
Yeah,
And they were kind of like fighting for it at the beginning there, but then they made a solid run, man.
yeah, man. Thank you, man.
All of mine were horribly wrong.
Although I will say, I think I predicted the King. Was it the Wolf? Did I also predict the Kings to make it?
Probably at one point I said the Kings will win the championship, and that was
Oh
just
man,
a that
dude,
was hot takes for the sake of hot takes.
no, no, you had the hottest of takes.
Devin Booker MVP.
Devin Booker MVP.
I mean, they're first in the West, so at least they're a good team still.
Yes, but
Who's in the running for MVP this year? Who is it like the Joker and MVPs? It's like in the running. It's Giannis, Jokic, Durant, Embiid, and DeRozan. From a quick Google search. I hope DeRozan gets it, man. DeRozan's
he's
been
not.
balling out. I feel
DeRozan's not
like
gonna get it.
you don't think so.
No.
It's just Giannis was Giannis the MVP last year. He's gonna get
Yeah.
back to back.
Wait,
Oh,
no.
it was Jokic.
Wasn't it
How are we
Jokic?
gonna? Yeah, it was Jokic for sure. It was Giannis before
Giannis.
it,
It
and
was
then
Giannis the year before, and then it
I don't know Durant
was
probably.
it Durant?
Yeah.
That wasn't the year the real MVP. That's not. That wasn't the year the real MVP one, right?
No, that was way back there. That was like 2016 ish. He was still in Oklahoma City when he did the whole "you the real MVP" thing.
Or did Giannis go back to back?
Oh, I think Giannis could have gone back to back. It's besides the point. My Devin Booker
Your Devin Booker
prediction
take.
was horrible.
Chef's
Um,
kiss, man.
man, but we both got some LA hats here. You're going back down to Los Angeles.
I'm
Freaking,
going back to Cali.
you are, man. Was there like a big difference? What are like the differences between like Seattle and LA from I guess like from cities, I guess.
Oh,
Just in general. I guess you
well,
could go from like the like I guess generally like weather and stuff to like culture and then just like kind of how you felt in general about it.
they're different.
Hmm.
They're very. There's a lot of differences to them. Like, I mean, you can start with weather. Like, it rains in Seattle like 75% of the year,
Nice.
and then in LA it rains like 5% of the year.
If ever.
I mean, it does rain, but how often it rains is
But it's an
very.
event. Like every time and like people when it rains in LA, people drive like it's snowing at 10,000 feet.
Yes.
Just like,
Oddly enough, Seattle drivers in Seattle and drivers in Los Angeles drive very similar in the rain.
just very scared and
Very scared.
crazy.
Yeah. Even though like people in Seattle like have they essentially live in the rain.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, so there's that. I mean, Seattle's small for it being a big city. It's not a very big city.
Mm.
Like like with like Los Angeles as an example, like LA as like LA County is vast.
It's huge.
It's
It's everything from what Long Beach all the way up to the valley is considered LA County for the most
Yeah,
part.
and then like LA cities like San Pedro up to like oh god like just before Beverly Hills if I remember like thinking off the top of my head.
Mm.
So it's like and then like it's not that like Seattle as a city is small.
Hmm.
Neighboring cities aren't very close either.
Oh, it's like farther out. It's not like LA where it's all like you're driving like Burbank, Glendale, Pasadena, and it's all just like right there kind of.
Yeah, in Washington you have like Seattle and then you drive a little bit and then you have Tukwila and then you drive a little bit and you have Renton. And then if
Mm.
you go up, you hit Redmond and
Mm.
it takes a
Tequila.
while. Tukwila.
I can't get over the name. I like that.
Yeah.
But next time we go, I want to go there just to say I went to Tequila.
Dude, you are the Airbnb that you got was in
What?
Tukwila.
Fuck yeah, I've been to Tequila.
You've been to Tukwila. You stayed in Tukwila. But
Okay, so that little area was technically called Tequila, but it
yeah,
was like Seattle. Oh, I think. All right, okay, okay.
the airport is Seattle Tacoma
Hmm,
not International Airport, even though
okay,
Tacoma is like an hour away from it.
okay, makes sense.
So it's like you have that. Um, you know, um, the food scene is different.
Hmm.
Like I mean, there are pretty good spots here in Seattle. Like, but like, it's not the same.
Mm.
It's not the same. Like if you like Asian inspired dishes, you'll be just fine in Seattle food wise. Because like
They got a lot.
there's a lot of Taiwanese places, a lot of Thai. There's a lot of really solid hole in the wall teriyaki spots.
Mm.
Like
So, a lot of
but
pho places.
a lot of pho, so a lot of
Hmm.
Vietnamese places. There's no real Korean barbecue, like all you can eat Korean barbecue place, which is disappointing.
You got to kind of go like farther out,
Yeah,
right? Like it's kind of an
you
adventure
kind
if
of
you
gotta
want to
drive a
barbecue.
ways. You gotta drive a ways. But it's like, you have all of those. The Ethiopian food scene in Seattle is actually pretty
Ooh,
hot.
okay.
Um, but it's like at the same time, it's like I say all of I mentioned those two, like I highlight those few because a lot of the other, to me, a lot of the other like food options in Seattle are kind of meh.
Mm. Like those are like that. If you want that, like you're good, but everything else is,
Like I personally haven't like it's really hard to find a really good like Mexican or like Latin inspired dishes in Seattle.
mm,
Like the restaurants there, there's some that are like okay.
hmm.
Um, there's some that are serviceable. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But like they're not like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like I have to come back.
Like like you never crave it.
Yeah, like dude, when I moved up here, all I wanted like Mexican food is probably like one of my favorites.
Hmm.
And like I haven't had good Mexican food in so long, like I don't have that craving anymore.
Damn. Well, when you go back to LA, man, you got a
Yeah.
plethora
But
of
it's like
solid taco spots
I think more so than that, it's like the lack of diversity is
in like food or in general.
just in general,
Mm,
the lack of diversity is, really, I feel like really hinders Seattle as a city. Because like
interesting.
Seattle as a city is like 87, 88% white people.
Mm.
Where it's like in LA, I feel like you have more of an influence. Like your influences are more prevalent.
Yeah, it's a melting pot. I feel like I don't know, I guess like more major. Well, I guess that's interesting because like Seattle is a major city, but like I guess that's like the difference between like both of them. Because yeah, when I was flying to Seattle, I was like
Yeah.
the only brown person in that flight.
Yeah. Yeah. And like every time I've gone on a flight, like and like I've chatted with people and they're not white, it's oh we're visiting. It's never
Hmm.
like oh yeah we're going home,
Mm.
which I guess could just be like an odd coincidence, but still.
Yeah. When you go on a flight back to LA, it's a plethora of people. And LA is like there's always a million different kinds of people going there for any kind of reason.
Yeah.
What did you miss most about LA that you're looking forward to going back to? I guess besides like family and stuff, because of
And so
course
like
that's different.
taking the
Yeah.
personal one of it.
Hmm.
Oddly, the beach,
Ah,
the beach, and it's like you have to like there's a couple of man-made beaches that are okay.
in Seattle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like, well, I guess you could say Washington in general, but like, yeah,
Hmm.
Seattle area. Like, you have to drive like almost like over an hour south to get to like an actual beach.
But like, okay, hold up. So like when I flew into Seattle, it's low-key kind of surrounded by water. Is there like no beaches around that? Oh, wait,
No.
hold up. When we went, we were by the water, but that was like just like a pier to go into like a boat. It wasn't
Yep.
really like a it wasn't like Santa Monica where like there's a pier and then there's a beach. I
Right.
don't recall a beach,
No.
right? It's just water and like boats.
No. There are man-made beaches, but it's not the same.
Mm.
So it's like, so it's like that's like I think that was one of the things that like kind of surprised me. Like when I like would visit when I first visited Seattle before I moved, was the lack of a beach, and there's so much
Mm.
water. Like you have hella lakes, you have hella like you have the sound, but you don't really have like a beach. Like you have to go, like I said, you have to drive like an hour to get to Alki.
Interesting. Damn, wait, so like there's no place in within the Seattle area where you could kind of like, there's like sand and you could walk on the sand and there's like a shore. You
Well,
have to
there's
like drive like up for that shit?
there's like the man-made ones,
Okay, okay.
but it's like it's not like it does. It's like sand. Like you can tell like they brought the sand in because it
This is
doesn't.
not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Interesting. Man, that's some shit. I never even like thought about it like that.
And like the water, there's it's not like a current kind of water. It's just kind of just like flows in a way.
It's just kind of sitting there. Is that like a bay or like is it go into like is it like the ocean? Is that the ocean there or
It goes into the sound,
interesting?
which so it's like it's technically part of the ocean, but like because there's like a bunch of like islands, like so like if you're in Seattle and you're like you say you're at Pike Place
Mm-hmm.
and like you're looking out to the water, that's the sound.
Mm,
But there's islands that like you see the islands like there's Bainbridge,
mm-hmm.
there's all those islands. So it's like you have all of those, and so technically it is the ocean, but the way that like the environment's kind of been like to the way that things are,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just like kind of there in a
Yeah,
way.
just like they built stuff around it and the water is just
Yeah,
kind of encompassing of it.
right. Which is why you have to drive like an hour south to get to a beach because it's once you get past like an hour down, it's actual like you're connected directly to the ocean. There's nothing in between.
All right, man. Well, that makes sense, bro. Freaking. Well, when you go back to LA and stuff and you're all settled, you could watch like movies again. And speaking of movies, I watched the Jujutsu Kaisen
Oh,
movie.
dude, how is it? How is it? I was actually planning to watch it tomorrow, but how
uh
is it?
it was really good, man. Freaking so um I guess it's like the prequel. So remember how like when you were talking about how we're gonna start watching we were start reading the manga and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a prequel. Should we read the prequel and then go to the manga? I was like, no, we're just gonna read the manga. But you don't have to because like the movie is pretty much the prequel. So like this dude back here,
Hmm.
his name's Yuta. So really the whole prequel is so all of the first years, so like Maki, um, the sound guy, it's gonna bug me. So like all the first years, so like Panda, Maki, and then the guy
Like
who,
Goji.
yeah. Hold on. So Jujutsu Kaisen. He's like low key like one of my favorite abilities where when he speaks and then
Oh, I'm
after
thinking of
that,
someone else. I'm thinking of
yeah,
someone else.
speaking. But the movie's really good, so it's really based off so Inumaki. Okay, so it's like their first year, so like when they were like freshmen pretty much.
Hmm.
Um so Yuta is like the main character and he's like the exact opposite of like Yuji. So
Hmm.
you know how like Yuji is like very like confident in himself and like very like outgoing.
Yeah.
Yuta is like really shy, timid. But he's super duper strong. Don't want to spoil it for you, but it really kind of like goes into just like his journey and like kind of like what his power is and how he kind of like becomes like his own, like how he becomes stronger and like becomes like a better sorcerer.
Hmm.
um and like you just kind of see like all of the first years in there. So really it's similar, like you know how in the anime like Gojo saves Yuji
Hmm.
and then like brings him into like the academy. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing. So he kind of saves Yuta, brings him to the academy. And then the main bad guy is like the monk dude. You know what I'm talking
Okay.
about?
Okay.
So like he's like the main bad guy in there. Um, I'm trying to like do it where like I don't like spoil it for you, but like yeah, he's like the main bad guy, and he wants to get like Yuta's powers, and like he does a bunch of stuff to try to get him to go out there. And yeah, man, I don't know, it was really good. I liked it. The action was like superb,
Mhm.
freaking just all of the it was really like well animated too. Like everything about it was like super well animated. And you
Nice.
see like Toto as a first year,
Oh,
which is
interesting.
cool. But they make like cameos. They're not like a big part of it. So really it's like the core group of so like let's say you know how like in the anime it's like the Yuji, and then after that like their little group.
Yeah.
So in this one it's like Yuta, and then after that Maki, Panda, and uh um Inumaki, like they're like the main group, and they all kind of help like Yuta.
Hmm.
So yeah, man, it's the prequel before. So really, it's just like the year before Yuji becomes goes to the academy.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, man, you should watch it, man.
Is
Then
it
when you
worth
watch,
is it worth going to the theater to watch?
for me, yeah, because then you could. I enjoyed the experience of just like seeing all of like the action scenes on like the big screen,
Hmm.
and then after that, the fight scenes are like super awesome in it, and like it's just kind of cool to like just see because I'm so used to like watching anime in like a small screen, but like in a theater and like a big screen, it's like a different experience. So I think with this one, I would definitely go to the movie theater to go watch it. I think it would be worth it.
Nice.
You should go to the one where you had like chicken wings and stuff. Like,
Oh, dude, that's actually where I saw the Batman. They actually are showing Jujutsu Kaisen there. I
yeah,
might go.
you should watch it. You should watch it. It'd be cool. Then after that, we could like really like talk about it. But yeah, he's really I like him as a like a main character,
Hmm.
and it's canon too. So
Yeah.
you know how like most movies are just kind of like one off, and it's just like a really it's just like an expensive filler.
Yeah.
But this one it really like ties in like it ties in together with it, so
Nice.
it's cool.
Do
Then
you
I saw
get?
clips on YouTube too where like they mention Yuta, and it's like you kind of like look past it because we don't know him, but like
Mhm.
he I like how the author of Jujutsu Kaisen like ties in all the pieces with it.
Oh man, dude, I have to see it. Do you get enough of Panda? Because I know Panda's your favorite character.
Not enough Panda. There's you get a good amount. You get more Panda than you do. You get way more Panda than you would like Toto.
Mhm.
Um, but not as much as you'd want it, but just enough to love it. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a part of the story. He's a more pivotal part of the story, because he's like him and Yuta, and then like the and Maki and um like all three of them, they're just all kind of like the main characters for the most part. But everything revolves around Yuta. So yeah, you do see enough of Panda, but you always want to see more of Panda.
Nice.
I
Okay. How long is the movie?
want to say like hour and some change.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero. Freaking
Man, the fact that you don't know it off the top of the head, man, it's so
hour
disappointing.
45.
That's not bad. It's not bad. Dude, it's like easy for you because you live like right by a movie theater. Like you can just
Yeah,
walk
just
and
I
you're just
just
like,
walked.
I'm there.
It was really easy. That man, but yeah, the action's really cool. And then
Mhm.
after that, just kind of like enjoying like a new like character in like Yuta. And
Mhm.
then after watching the anime too, you already kind of know like Maki's backstory, Panda's backstory,
Mhm.
like Gojo's backstory.
Did you
And then
s-
it just
did you get to see Panda's like third?
no,
Uh,
not yet, not yet. It's a prequel, so it's like we have to like read the manga for all of that. But um yeah, it kind of goes it it gives you like a new layer of like what the characters are, because you already kind of know like
mhm.
what their like backstory is, but you kind of learn not you don't like learn more about it, but like you just kind of see like their quirks, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's really cool.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate it? 10
I
being like I have to go see it, one being like don't bother.
oh, like you have to get like for I would give it um I would give it like I'd give it a 8. I'd say an
Damn,
8. Yeah, an 8's good.
damn,
Cause
high
like
praise.
if you don't go see it in the theater, like that's okay. But you should go watch it. Especially if you like Jujutsu Kaisen, you should go watch it. I guess like if it's just like a normal like movie, um, let's say no one's really like into anime like that,
Mhm.
or they just wanted to like just watch a movie, maybe they wouldn't really like it. But if you're like a Jujutsu Kaisen fan, you should definitely go watch it.
Nice.
But even like on its own, like just a standalone, I think you would, if you didn't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen and you just went to go watch it,
Mhm.
I think anyone would enjoy. It's like a good action film, honestly.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Freaking.
But but that's good to hear. But speaking of anime movies, you know what movie I was really excited for?
Hmm.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
That one look cool.
Yeah, but got delayed. Do you know why I got delayed?
Is it had to do something with your background?
It does have to do with my background. It does. The beginning of like early part of March, I think it was March 8th, Toei Animation got hacked.
Mm.
They had a third party actually infiltrate like their systems and actually like uh, mess with some things. It actually affected a lot of their like release schedule for things.
Mm.
Um, and there's just a lot there's a decent chunk of information that like was like revealed and like that they were able to like grab before like they left the system. But it's
Mm.
like I know you're a big One Piece guy, so that's delaying One Piece by like a month.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like that's the only way I knew they got hacked because they said that they're stopping the anime because they got hacked. But it's not just One Piece though, so just like all of Toei Animation.
All of Toei Animation's currently released current stuff that's supposed to be released. I'm super bummed because that means the Super movie's being delayed. Like I think it's a month, maybe a few weeks.
Damn.
But that's getting delayed. We talked about One Piece. They're actually releasing a Digimon series. That's getting
What? Damn.
yeah, and then the Dragon Quest series is delayed till like after till like March 9th.
Damn, that
Oh,
sucks. Wait,
April 9th. April 9th.
so what did they hack exactly that they're stopping it? Like they got like all of the actual like animation thing like to like for
So
production and like is that what they stole and then like they hacked it?
so essentially what happened was a third party person was able to hack into the company network and
Mm-hmm.
were able to suspend part of the computer's like systems. Um, but because of that, like it like fucked up with it, it like messed with a lot of like the animation for things.
Mm.
So they have to go and like redo a lot of the animation
Oh,
for shows.
that sucks, dude. I feel for like the animators and like the storyboarders and just like the people that make it because they work so hard to do it and then someone messes it up and then they're like, well, gotta go do it again. And you're like, why?
Yeah, literally. Literally. But it's like it's everything anything that Toei Animation was supposed to release. Fortunately, from other things that I've read, like it shouldn't affect like their summer release schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like all the stuff that was supposed to come out like during the spring is essentially pushed back like a month.
Yeesh. Did the hacker like do it just to be diabolical, or did he like if you give me X amount of dollars or X amount of like money, I'll stop it. Like did he do it
I
like a
don't
ransom thing
they
or
haven't even I don't think they found who did the hack or anything like that.
mm,
Like I think they're more so investigating how the person got in, not like who it was. Because they didn't because like you would have heard if they had like asked for money or if they like had information and they like released it.
yeah, because like that's a thing that like hackers do, right? It's like, oh, I have your X I hacked your stuff. This is the information. You gotta pay me if you want to get it back, type thing.
Right.
But so damn, this guy was just like just being diabolical for the. You know what you should do, John? You should make an anime off of this. I don't know. I don't know what it would be called if
Hold
like
on. If
it's
hold on.
based off a hacker. There
If
probably
if
something like
I
that.
make an anime, is it technically then just considered a cartoon? Because it's in America. Because I'm in America.
Well, it's I guess it could be like anime inspired because like the Boondocks is made in America, but it's drawn in anime style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Avatar, I guess low key is kind of I don't know if no, because I think it's like anime influence.
it's anime influence, but it's considered a cartoon.
I guess, yeah. I guess because like the actual definition of anime is Japanese cartoon,
Yeah.
right? So I guess technically it would be a cartoon, but it would be anime inspired.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that's what we're going with. Because I think Samurai Jack is low key.
Samurai
It's
Jack.
not. It's anime inspired, but it's not really in the anime style though, of like
Yeah.
how they draw it. Boondocks for sure is like the way they draw them is like anime. But man, I was if well, look, this is a good opportunity for you to catch up to One Piece since.
I
I mean,
have a,
regardless.
yeah, I have 1,000 plus episodes I still need to get through, you know? Honestly, like someone was trying to tell me just catch up on the manga, and I was like, there's no fucking way.
Like just to read the manga? Oh, I mean, it depends, man. Like I feel you could really go super fast if you read all the manga like that because if you the pacing is different, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, but if you're not a big manga reader in general,
No.
so like to read all of that is kind of like
Is
I
it
feel
an
like that's a lot.
is it a bigger commitment than the TV show?
I don't think so because I think like if you're really into it, you could probably catch up way faster reading the manga than watching all of the anime. Because you know for sure that you're watching it in like just say like 25-minute increments. So like mathematically 25 times like however many like episodes that is, that's like a set time block of like you need to take up that much time unless like you decide to watch it like speeded, but you don't want to do that. But if you read the manga, um if you read faster, you could really just like run through that shit.
Yeah.
So the timing is different depending on how fast you read, and you could probably read it faster because it's not like a novel; it's freaking pictures. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, so I think you could definitely read through it faster than watching all of it. So yeah, man, it's up to you. But you're not a big manga guy, so
I'm not a
I
big
would
manga guy. You're right.
but we should watch. Look, watch. All right, so um because we already caught up to Jujutsu Kaisen,
We
and
did.
now if we start reading the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen, that's probably only going to be like a couple chapters. Well, I don't know how far they're in, but they're not like it's not like One Piece where it's like crazy like intense. We could definitely catch up really quick on the manga.
Okay.
So my assumption is if you do end up reading the One Piece manga, it's like if you like reading the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, you like, all right, I'll give the One Piece manga a shot. That's the only scenario in which I think you would read a manga or read the One Piece manga.
Yeah. Oh, but I will tell you, apparently the last chapter, I guess the chapter that was released not what would be every Saturday, right?
Are you talking about One Piece?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, bro, this is intense.
Yeah, dude. So I went to go see the Batman the other day.
Yeah.
The guy that took my ticket was wearing a One Piece hoodie. It
Oh,
had
okay.
the straw hat, like pirate shit.
The logo.
Yeah, had the
Hmm.
logo. And I was like, "Oh, hey, dude, are you like, have you caught up to the manga?" And he was like, "Dude, the manga is intense right now."
It really is. It really is. I don't even want to spoil it for you of how intense it is. It's like end game shit, bro.
Yeah,
Like the fact that like we're especially last chapter. Every time we talk about chapters, I'm like, oh, the last chapter was intense. But for real, like the last chapter, was it 1043? I need to make sure it's right so I could say it right. I'm pretty sure. One Piece 1043. It was definitely 1043. Yeah. Um, it's really like this chapter makes you feel like, okay, you could kind of see. like Oda's kind of turning that curb towards like this is probably gonna end soon. Not like
Yeah,
soon in like a year, but like now we're getting
like
into
storyline wise.
storyline wise, we're getting into the lore that's gonna be towards like the end of like end of the series thing. Because
Shit.
it's like throughout the when you start watching or reading all the One Piece, he
Mm.
gives you like little crumbs of like big mysteries of like the lore of One Piece. Of you're like, oh man, I wonder what that is. And that last chapter, he kind of answered some of it, or maybe all of it. Who knows? Um, so yeah, so it's imagine like you've committed to all of like One Piece 1043 chapters in and you finally get an answer to something that you've been
Mm.
yearning for so long. That's what that's what last chapter was.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shouts out One Piece, man.
Dude, shout out to One Piece.
What did the ticket guy say though? That's all he said. He was like, "Bro, it was really intense."
Yeah, no, he was like, bro, dude, it was really intense. Like he like you can tell he wanted to talk about it. Like
He's like me. He
he
was
was
like,
he was
I don't want to
amped.
spoil you."
He was like, oh, he was like so excited. He was like, oh, do you read? And I was like, no, but my buddy reads it. And he was telling me about it, and he was like, oh man, dude, catch up.
Did he give you the exact same reaction that I give you? Of like,
He was
bro,
he was a little more hype,
was he?
a little more hype, but yeah, no, dude, it's exact, very similar, very like very much excited for like how things are gonna go.
He was like, oh, bro, it was intense. You should really watch it, or you should really catch up.
Yeah, he was literally he was like, dude, start now, just catch up. By the time you catch up, he was like, I think he said something along the lines like, if you start reading it now
Hmm.
and you read through like 2 chapters a day, by the time you catch up, by the time you catch up, it'll still be going.
Yeah, because it's like it goes on for so long, and honestly, you could read like it's not like a book where like two chapters is probably like 10 minutes, bro, if not. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really,
So what you're
but
saying,
it's a lot.
I
It's
should just drop everything and just read the manga.
it's a commitment still. I'm not gonna say it's I'm gonna say it's not a commitment. It's still gonna be a commitment. Fucking but like let's say if you were just bored. Okay, let's say like because you're driving back down to LA and
Mhm.
then after that, let's say when you're not driving and when someone else is driving, you just kind of read some One Piece, you would get a good chunk on a road trip. I wouldn't say you'd catch up to all of it, but you'd have a good chunk. You definitely pass where you're at in the anime if you read it on like a little long road trip.
Okay. I mean, I'm the type of person that like would prefer to drive the whole way,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Same here. Same here.
so it's like I don't know how much reading I'd actually be able to do, unless I'm like driving and I have like my hands-free version, just like scrolling.
Don't do that. Don't do that. If you
Yeah,
had a
no.
Tesla, you probably could because it's like a really big screen. But still, I wouldn't. No, no. If you put it on autopilot and you're just like, yes. But
What if I use my cruise control with the lane departure assistance and
just
like the sensor up front that'll brake for me?
get just drive safe, man. Don't do that.
No,
Don't read
of
manga
course
and
not.
drive.
Of course not. I was trying to hopefully showing how ridiculous it is. If you're driving, if you're behind the wheel, you gotta pay attention at all times. We do. The podcast does not condone
Manga and driving. Reading
or
manga and driving.
yeah, or YouTube and driving for that
Yes,
matter.
no. No, but listen to a podcast and drive. I'll
Listen
give
to
you
the
that.
We'll Talk About It Anyway podcast and drive.
Damn, okay. Was there any before we wrap this one up, uh since you were bummed out about like Dragon Ball Z not showing because Toei
Yeah,
got hacked?
because of Dragon Ball Super, because of Toei animation getting hacked. Now I
Hmm.
have to wait till probably like May or something like that to get the Dragon Ball Super movie.
Damn, to get your fix. Was there any other
To get my Gohan redemption arc. Yeah,
he does look badass in this.
dude,
Oh,
he looks like a
bro.
beast.
Was there any like other thing that like you were looking forward to? I guess like a show or like a movie or yeah, I guess somewhere along that lines in terms of like entertainment, um, that it got postponed and you're like, man, what the hell? Has that ever happened to you before?
I mean, it happened with COVID and concerts.
That makes sense.
Like in the month of like March 2020, I had like 4 concerts I was planning to go to.
Were you really? Where were you gonna go to, or who are you gonna go see?
Oh man, dude, I don't even remember so long ago.
It seems like so long ago,
Oh,
isn't it?
dude, it's only 2 years ago, and it seems like
I know.
forever ago.
Was it metal?
Uh, somewhat, some of them, yeah.
Hmm.
But like, so like, I was supposed to see Saint Motel, which is like more of like a poppy kind of indie kind of group.
Hmm.
Supposed to see like Silverstein. I was supposed to see Killswitch Engage with Light the Torch and
Mm,
August Burns Red, which I ended up just getting the refund for the tickets, and they came back, and they were here in Seattle just recently.
damn. Whoa.
Um,
Okay, so do you see more like what should we call it? Like are there like more metal shows in Seattle than in LA? Because I feel like you've seen so many metal shows in Seattle.
Oddly, there are more metal shows in Seattle, and I don't know if it's I don't know if I can say that accurately. But the metal scene in Seattle is really good.
Mm. And I feel
Like,
like the tickets are so affordable.
I mean, I paid like the last concert I went to, I paid like $20 for my ticket,
That's crazy.
and that was like, and I bought that ticket like the day before.
Yeah, you can't. I guess for like some rap shows, maybe if they're like up and coming, but like if they're like poppin', like J. Cole, Kendricks, those are like they're like stadiums, you know? It's a lot now.
Was it like Playboy Cardi was here in Seattle not too long ago,
Hmm.
and like his concert sold out.
Yeah.
That's
But it
Playboy
wasn't
Cardi.
like a hole in the wall place though. It was
No,
like
it
probably,
was like one of the better known venues in the area.
yeah,
But it's like, bro, like if Playboy Cardi can,
can sell out like
yeah,
like other, yeah. I think that's it's cool just how you're able to kind of just kind of go to like hole in the wall shows. Like those things are cool.
yeah. I mean, and that's I think those have been some of the better shows that I've enjoyed.
Is it because it's just more intimate?
Yeah, just a little more intimate.
Mm.
Like you're not like you don't have to fight to like see the band like up close. Like a lot of the hole in the wall places, like the venue that I've gone to probably the most, like you're literally like feet away.
Mm.
Like there's like not even like a barrier between the stage and the people.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty cool,
and they
man.
pack like and they pack like 300 people in like this small like room, like 300 or 400 people.
That would make me kind of uncomfortable, but it still seems fun nonetheless.
I the f- so when the first show I went to, I was like super worried. So like I didn't
Hmm.
like I like was like in the back, or I should say I was on like the mezzanine, like the small little mezzanine where all the merch was watching it.
Hmm.
So that way like I wasn't like touching like people.
Yeah.
Like the last show I went to though, I was like in the pit,
Hmm.
and it was fucking scary, bro.
You're telling, man, but like you got your little system of how you get out of the mosh pit.
Yeah, you have to, you have to.
Man. But all right, man. On that note, freaking shouts out to concerts. I really hope Toei Animation
Gets their stuff together and can start releasing
yeah,
One
but
Piece
like
again.
I feel for all of them for getting their stuff hacked and then having to redo all of that because that's a lot of hard work, man. Shouts out to all like the mangaka and animators for just working so hard for giving all of us the fix that we enjoy of watching and or reading your content, man. Shouts out
Yeah.
Yuta, shouts out Dragon Ball Super, shouts out Jujutsu Kaisen.
Did you shout out the anime community, man?
Yeah, freaking hopefully we start reading the Jujutsu Kaisen manga and then we can start talking about that. That would be fun.
Dude.
Stay tuned. And
And
we'll make our dishes eventually.
I mean, honestly, with honestly with me moving and everything, like I don't know when exactly I'll make
Stay
it.
tuned
But
till like
you can you know Lee, you can make your dish, and then at some
no
point
no
I
no
can
no
make
no.
mine.
We'll wait. Stay tuned till like a little mid-April-ish. Mid-April.
I
Maybe
mean,
May.
it was supposed to be mid March.
Shh, 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 shh. It's okay. It's okay. Shouts out to everybody for listening. We love you. Peace out.
Take care.